Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christina and this is Home of the Wildflowers. This is my channel where I talk all about my cross-stitch projects. Today is Friday, June 14th, and this is Flosstube episode 23. To anyone who is new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy the channel. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and watching another one of my videos. Today will be my basically mid-June update. It's been about 2 weeks since my last video, which I did on June 1st, I believe. And so I'm just going to show you what I've been working on for the past 2 weeks. So I have one finish, and this is kind of a late finish because this is my June pattern in my monthly series. I already released the pattern with the mock-up, but I ended up finishing the model. So this is Strawberry House and it's available in my Etsy shop, which is Sweet Violet Stitch Co. There's also a link below to get to my Etsy shop. But this is a Strawberry House and this was a lot of fun to stitch. I'm very happy with how it turned out and I am glad that I finally finished the model. So there we go. This is a 36 count Edinburgh linen on with colored flax. I am doing all of the houses on the same fabric, so this is the same fabric. I'm sorry if the sun is kind of distracting. It's very bright today. I don't normally film this early in the morning, but the baby was up early, so we are all starting our day early today. So next up, I talked about in my last video or the one before, I can't quite remember, that I started releasing full coverage patterns in my shop. So I have a number of them there now and I'm really excited about these ones that I'm releasing today. The artwork is by an artist out of Poland. Her name is Asia Spatel, and I have 5 pieces of artwork from her that I'm going to be releasing, and I'm just going to show you them here. We have Farmhouse, we have August Garden, Where Poppies Bloom, Fall Heathland, and then my personal favorite, which is Late Summer Days. So I obviously had to start a new full coverage piece of one of these pieces of art. So the one I picked was Late Summer Days, and this is where I'm at on that. This is my 28 count gridded fabric that I usually use, and I'm stitching it 2 over 1/10 stitch or half stitch. I don't think I technically do 10 stitch, but just half of a cross stitch. I've done 3,001 stitches on it. The piece has a total of 250,000 stitches. It's a 500 by 500 piece, and I'm at 1.2%. This has all been one color so far. So I might start doing one of the other colors soon because I'm just kind of getting a little tired of this one color, but there's about 7,000 more stitches in this color. So right now I'm working my way down this block, and might do the rest of this color within this like square that I have it in my Q-snap, and then I'll switch to a different color. But that is Late Summer Days. So those will be in my shop today. They will probably, by the time you see this video, they will probably be up there already. So you will see them. If not, just check back later today, but they'll be up there today. Okay, so let's move on to my whips. I worked on 6 other pieces in the last 2 weeks. So I worked on, first up, my Hate Sal. So I talked about I wanted to finish part 2 before part 3 came out. That's not gonna happen because there's about 9,000 stitches left in part 2, so I'm not gonna finish that before the end of the month. But this is where I'm at now on this, and I'll try and put a picture here of where I was. Sorry. Let me put a picture in of where I was the last time you saw this, And then this is where I am now. So I worked a lot down here in the blue, and then I started filling in across. I was going back and forth between like just like filling in here and then like color completing, so that's why it looks like that. But I did 2,017 stitches in May. Oh, sorry, not in May, in the last 2 weeks. And the total I have done is 30,504 stitches out of 39,447 to get to the end of part 2. Part 3 is going to be released on July 1st, so about 2 weeks away. So I'm not going to finish part 2 before then, but I'm going to just keep working on it and see how close I can get. Okay, next up I worked on my whip goggle, which was Before I Sleep by Long Dog Samplers. This is what the finished piece will look like, and then this is where it was the last time. So my whip goal for this piece was to get to 1,500 stitches done, and I did 1,515. So this is where I am now. And let me try to fold it a little bit. I worked on this, this tree here. I filled in this piece here and this, and that brought me to 1515. So this piece is now sitting at 16.58% complete. And I believe I'm doing this stitching 1 over 1. I believe it's a 28 count, and I'm using DMC 413 for it. The sun is just very bright today. Okay, so next up I had another full coverage start. This is another piece that's in my shop. It's called Brilliant Skies. The artwork is by Jennifer Tuff. And all my stuff is almost falling here. Whoop. Okay, artwork is by Jennifer Tuff. And this is where I'm at. Oh, let me put what the finished piece will look like. And this is where I'm at on that. I haven't done too much, just a little start. So this is 684 stitches, and the total piece is 122,500 stitches. So I'm sitting at 0.56% complete on this one. Get closer. Okay, next up we had, this was a pretty heavy on full coverage a couple weeks. I did a lot of full coverage pieces. I think 4 of them were full coverage. Anyways, next up I worked on Groovy Getaway, which is another one that is charted by me, and it is by the Wild Sunflower. And this is what the finished piece will look like. And then this is where I was last time. Not really, you can't really I don't know, it's hard to see a difference because I only did 128 stitches, and it's mostly like here in this very light color here. So it's very difficult to see any sort of difference in that piece. But 128 stitches were added, and I'm sitting at 0.87% on this piece. Okay. Next up, I pulled out Crab Dance by Tiny Modernist. I have misplaced the actual pattern card, so I can't show you what the finished piece will look like. Actually, maybe I'll try and find a picture of it and insert it. But Crab Dance by Tiny Modernist, and then I'll show you a picture of where I was the last time. And this is where I'm at now. This was one of my Mania starts, and I did another 300 stitches on it. So I worked up here. I did these white flowers, this blue shell, the red flower here. I started filling in the crab, and I extended a bit of this border. So this will likely be my first finish from my Mania starts, out of my Mania starts. I'm going to probably keep working on this until it's done. But yeah, that is where I got to on Crab Dance. I'm at 49.49%, and now I'm kind of kicking myself, I should have just done a couple more stitches to get to 50%, but oh well, that's where I'm at. with that one. Okay, and then we have our Pokemon piece, which is the one that I am doing with my husband, and we are each we've been picking cards and doing doing the Pokemon that we picked. We're stitching it. So let me see, which ones have we not shown yet? Okay, so this is, let me try and back up and show you the whole thing. So there, it's a big piece, that's the bottom. So there we go. And then I will try and zoom back in so you can see where, let me try and adjust my camera for 1 second. Hold on. Okay, let's see if I can get out of the sun a little bit. Okay, so this is one that I stitched, Nidorina, and then I also stitched this Golbat. Then he stitched the Doug Trio, and then where did we go? Yes, I don't know if I showed you the Kadabra. Next, which ones? Over here is the Electabuzz. Then we did, I don't know if I showed you the Tauros, and then I just did the Flareon. So he has one more that left that he has to do, which is, I think it's somewhere over in this area, like somewhere over here. It's the Aerodactyl, so he is gonna finish that one. And then we have to pick cards again for the next ones that we're gonna work on. I might insert a video here of us picking the next set of cards so you can see which ones we're gonna be stitching next. If we do it, you'll see the video next. Hey everyone.
Hey guys.
So we're picking cards for our next Pokemon stitch. So I'm gonna do my first one. Ooh,
wow.
Ninetales.
Nice. Okay, and my first, yay.
Charmander.
Yeah, I really wanted to get one of the starters.
And then I have Gloom.
Nice. And my final one.
Oh, Geodude.
Geodude.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, that's what we'll be stitching next.
All right, guys. See you later.
Bye. Okay, so we have, so the Pokemon has brought us to 13 finished out of 151 of them. So once Brandon finishes his Aerodactyl, will be at 14 out of 151. Okay, so June goals. So Whipco was number 2, which was Before I Sleep for 1,500 stitches, which I finished. Now, then we have number 25, which is Fall on the Farm, and my goal is to finish 1 block of that. I showed that in my last video. So I'm gonna pull that out now since Before I Sleep's done. I'm gonna pull Fall on the Farm out and try and get 1 block done before the end of the month. My Hate Sal, I wanna catch up, so not catch up. I want to just keep working on it, get as close as I can to catching up. So I'm approximately 9,000 stitches left in part 2, and part 3 comes out on July 1st. So I'll be working on that. Then Late Summer Days is kind of my full coverage focus right now. I just really want to show you guys what one of my charts looks like stitched up. So that one, and that one just feels like really appropriate for summer right now anyways. So and I just, the colors and stuff in that, I just love them. So that's kind of gonna be my full coverage focus. Not to say I won't work on any of the other full coverages, but just that one will get most of my attention. Then we have the Arctic Animals Sal. Part 2 just released yesterday, and I'm not going to give it away what animal it is. You guys can go look if you want to see. But part 2 just released yesterday. I had 2 colors in part 1 that I was missing, and I just got them, so I'm going to quickly finish part 1. There's not very many stitches, so I'll finish that, and then Brandon is going to stitch part 2, so I will pass it over to him to stitch part 2. And he has about a month until the next part comes out, so he should be able to do that. It's not very many stitches. I believe they're around like 2,000 stitches in a part. I haven't put part 2 into markup, so I'm not sure exactly, but that's what part 1 was. It was around 2,000 stitches. So those are the goals, what I'll be working on for the rest of June. And I think that's everything. So if you liked this video, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I also just thank you so much to everybody who has gone to check out my shop. You've favorited patterns, you've purchased patterns. Like, just thank you so much for all of that support. I really appreciate it. The link will be below if you do want to go and check it out. Otherwise, I think that's all I have to talk about today. Bye.